Welcome back, everyone, to Integrated Insights. So, week one was a banger. Some really fun workouts in there. Great to see everybody recording their results throughout the sort of baseline testing that we went through, and hope everyone had a few wins in there. If you didn't, you've got your starting point for the upcoming cycle. And so in these episodes, we're going to be talking about training specifics for the upcoming week, some nutrition tips and mindset tips from Cullum and myself, Zach. We're the founders of Renegade Performance. And so I'm going to kick us off. And so first thing I want to talk to you guys about is your recovery. So you guys are working your butt off in the gym, but are you putting the right things in your body to help you recover? And so the number one mistake or thing that I find with people when they're starting this journey or their nutrition journey is that they undereat protein. Now, you can get super technical with this if you weigh and measure and track your macros and your calories inside an app. And so that's quite high level. And so as a starting point, what we want you to do is just be conscious of your protein intake. And so my tip for you guys is make sure that at every single meal you have, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that you're having some sort of protein substance. Okay, now you don't need to get crazy and weigh and measure everything just yet when you're starting. You can if you want, and we can help you do that too. But it could be as simple as having some eggs with your breakfast, or maybe a protein shake with a couple slices of toast, and that would be sufficient to get some protein in. Making sure that you're getting some sort of protein at lunch, as simple as maybe getting some cooked chicken and putting that in a wrap with a bunch of salads or a salad, and taking a bunch of leftovers. And then dinner is generally the easiest for people to get protein in, and that's through getting like your normal standard meats or your protein source of choice if you're a vegetarian. And so simple as that, is having a substantial amount of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner is going to really be your starting point. And then you can start to increase that through increasing the quantities that you have at each of those meals, or maybe even a little bit of supplementation. And so that's the absolute baseline that we'd recommend. And if you're getting protein at each of those meals, then you're going to be setting yourself up for much better recovery. Do you have any thoughts on that, Colin?
No, for me personally, that's number one. When I'm prepping my food for the week and getting everything sorted, is to make sure that I've got enough protein in. If I'm hungry or I need fuel, that'll be the first thing I will look to grab, to be able to keep exactly what you've said on track.
100%. And so if you're someone that has a tendency to eat out a lot, say you're on the go, or you haven't grabbed something because you haven't prepared your lunch, that's still my number one thought process, is what protein is in this meal. And so that's looking like, sometimes it might be that you're grabbing some sushi where you're getting some like chicken on rice, like that's one option, or even swinging past a kebab shop and getting like chicken on rice. Is it perfect? By all means, no, but it's better than a lot of other options out there. Then you've got your other options like tank, or you've got your pita pits and things like that. They're starting to get a little bit more expensive, but they still are going to provide you with that decent protein source. So our tip for you guys this week: focus on your protein. All right, C-Dog, bring us some mindset insights. Talk to us.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about the concept, and Zach will weigh in on this as well, of just showing up. So it gets really, really hard to continue to train through the winter months. It gets really cold, or it is really cold at the moment, and it is very easy to kind of hit the snooze button and stay at home, whether that be in the morning or nighttime.
Yeah.
It's just as easy to curl up on the couch with a glass of red wine and watch TV. Now, within this block, we've all got big goals that we'd like to achieve, or we'd like to see ourselves kind of follow through to at the end, or at the end. And we aren't going to achieve those goals if we don't continue to show up to the gym. Now, there are going to be days when we do need rest days, but when those rest days start to stretch out to more than 1 or 2 or 3, that's when they can become quite problematic in regards to you guys still moving the needle to achieve the goals or whatever you've set yourself as a target within this 9-week Hammerhead cycle. So,
yeah, 100%.
I think the number one thing is here, and I was talking to someone about this morning actually, is keep showing up in consistency. If you have goals that are strong enough to be your anchor or get you into the gym, that's going to outweigh the negative thoughts or the thought process of you going, it can wait another day. I'll go in tomorrow. We're programming so that you guys are getting good exposure to everything in the cycle. So if you can miss continuous days and you've got these goals towards the end, you're going to start missing out on valuable training bits and pieces that you guys are going to need to be able to achieve that at the end of the cycle.
Yeah, 100%. And so, like what Callum's saying is the difference between people who succeed and the people who don't succeed is really showing up. You have to show up, and that's where it starts. And so that's step one. And it's about showing up when you don't necessarily feel like it. And so, and this is not about overtraining. This is not about doing stupid amounts of volume, but it's
Or
some
6 days in a row.
there's gonna be times where you don't feel like working out. There's times where I don't feel like working out. There's times when Cullum doesn't feel like working out. But we know that if we just show up consistently and do something, that's one step closer to achieving what we want to achieve. And so that's where it becomes the difference between mindset and motivation. Motivation's fleeting. Motivation changes with the weather. If it's a rainy day and it's cold, you're probably not going to be super motivated. And you're going to probably, as Callum said, sit at home with a glass of wine. And that will be one of the reasons why you'll be unlikely to get to where you truly want to get to if you rely on motivation. Whereas when you rely on your strong mindset and you do things that you don't necessarily always want to do, that's where the magic starts to happen. And the first time you do it, it's going to be hard and you're going to have to really struggle. And you just get into the gym is going to be the win, and take that win, acknowledge that win. But then it's going to get easier and easier and easier the more times you do it. And so our mindset tip for the week is show up even when you don't feel like it.
Correct. Really good.
All right. So workouts of the week. So Callum and I are picking a workout of the week that we think is that we like, that excites us, that we're looking forward to. So Callum, you kick us off first. What's your workout of the week?
My workout of the week this week is Monday's workout. So this will be a 15-minute time cap. Oh, sorry, 12-minute time cap. It's 15 double dumbbell thrusters, 30 toe to bar, 15 double dumbbell hang snatches, 20 toe to bar, 15 double dumbbell hang clean and jerks, 10 toe to bar, 15 double dumbbell front squats. That is my workout of the week. Once again, the reason for this is it's similar to the one that I picked last week. I like descending rep workouts. I like workouts that I know I can go pretty close to unbroken on or have a good crack at it. So the way I'm going to attack this workout when I jump in is I'm going to hold on to the dumbbells every single time for unbroken sets, and I'm just going to kind of work my toe to bar breaks and strategy around that. So knowing that I've got to hold on to the dumbbells for a couple of hang movements where the forearms are going to get taxed a wee bit, I would probably break those toe to bar up quite strategically, knowing that I'm going to make all my time up and my money back on the dumbbells in that workout.
Yeah, I can see it being very tempting to do a big set of toe to bar in that first set. But
for sure.
after that, there's a lot of grip work in there. And then by the time you get to that round of 20 and 10 on the toe to bar, if you're not extremely competent with those toe to bar, it's going to be very challenging.
Yeah, for sure. And if you do the math, it's obviously 60 reps of toe to bar. So that's something to take into consideration too. When you break it up into chunks and you look at it, it doesn't weigh much. When you add it all together, it ends up being quite voluminous.
Yeah,
that's my workout.
Not going to lie, that much many dumbbell thrusters and dumbbell front squats, I'm not looking forward to. But the rest of the
not super keen on.
Yeah.
No,
but the rest of the workout, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
For me, I'm looking at a little bit different this week, and I'm actually going to be talking about the unilateral, so the single-sided and power work that's been done on Tuesday. I actually hate unilateral work. Lunges, single step ups, those types of things. I really struggle with them. And that's why I'm actually looking forward to it. Because
they're hard.
Because they're hard. But I need to build that single-legged strength. That's something that's a big downfall of mine. And so getting some single-sided strength work in there. Last week, I found it, as I said, very challenging. And so my focus during the single-sided strength piece is to treat it the same way that I would treat my squat sessions, which is looking at that stuff and not looking at it as light accessory work, looking at it as a pure strength piece. So where those loads should be challenging, edging closer to kind of a bit of the failure side of there, particularly with the double dumbbell split squats, and then trying to get explosive on those squat jumps.
Mm.
So it's that heavy strength piece into the explosive stuff. Any
I
thoughts?
think unilateral work, particularly that kind of stuff, does get really overlooked. And Bulgarian squats are really, really hard anyway. And the fact that people already have that kind of mindset about them, and then approach this kind of stuff, I'm not going to say half-assed, but with a little bit less enthusiasm than they would approach, say, a power snatch workout, is the reason that that stuff continues to stay hard. And
Yeah.
unilateral work is so important. We don't do a lot of change of direction stuff or unilateral work as a whole, and neglecting that stuff is pretty detrimental for later on in life, particularly as you get a little bit older. But I think if you guys are trying to improve your overall performance or get better with the overall performance in CrossFit as a whole, doing unilateral work is so helpful, and the benefits are huge. So
100%. Awesome. All right. That's our integrated insights for week 2 of the training cycle. We'll see you guys all in the gym.
cheers, gang.